Good morning, everybody. How do you get started investing in rental properties if you don't have enough capital at the moment? A very common question. If you see it in the group here, it's on our comments a lot. So I know you're wondering about it. And if you have questions like this, I am here to answer them. I'm also doing a live Q&A in about 30 minutes. We do it every Thursday at 12:30. So if you want more details on this and have more specific questions, jump on and join me on the live Q&A. You can go to jwbqanda.com. But let's talk about the question today. So welcome to everybody who's joining here on the live here. I appreciate you all being here. The question is, how do you get started investing in rental properties if you are light on capital at the moment, if you don't have enough capital to get started? A couple of days ago on the Walk and Talk, I shared that it will require about $40,000 at a minimum to begin investing in a turnkey rental property here in Jacksonville, Florida. So how do you get started if you don't have $40,000? Well, here are 4 strategies that you can use, that I have used, and that a lot of our clients are using to get started, even if you're a little bit light on capital at the moment. The first one is that you may have capital, but you just didn't know it. So the first one is to look into your retirement accounts. Many people do not understand that you can use your retirement accounts to invest in rental properties. It is a great way to diversify your assets. So you might actually have the money there in your retirement accounts. You just didn't know that you could use it to start building your rental property portfolio. So that is the first thing, to look at your retirement accounts. The next thing to do is to, as I check my notes here, to find a partner. So this is what I did. For my very first property I ever purchased, I found a partner, because I had great credit at that time, but I was light on capital. So guess who I called? I called my dad. I was 23 years old. And I said, Dad, I want to buy this property. I'll get the loan. Will you bring the capital? Will you partner with me so that I can buy this rental property? And we did, and that was the very first property that we ever purchased. So you can do the same thing. You may have great credit and you might need the capital, and it might be a great partnership for that partner that you have. And if you haven't done this before, I would say stick with the people that you know and trust and love the most, right? You're typically friends and families where you go to find a great partner there. So finding a partner is the second option for you. Number 3 is a little bit of an advanced strategy, all right? This is something that doesn't work for everybody, but for the right investor, it certainly can work. Okay, this is tapping into a home equity line of credit to be able to access capital. All right, so picture this. If you are an investor in California, and we might have some here live with me on the Walk and Talk. I see we've got 8 people here live right now. I appreciate you all being here. Let me know where you guys are from. We've got Jeff Bowen here, Ernie McKinney, Roldan is here. I think he's in Maryland, and Jerry's watching. I appreciate you all being here, especially if we have anybody from California or New York or Virginia or any of these high-priced markets. This home equity line of credit strategy may work for you to be able to access capital. And this is something I do with my own personal residence, right? I, of course, have some equity in the home, and I go and get a home equity line of credit. And what I do is I look for an investment opportunity to use that home equity line of credit capital to be able to invest in. So maybe rental properties is that investment strategy for you. Right now, home equity lines of credit are extremely cheap when it comes to the interest rates, because we know what's going on in the economy. On one of my home equity line of credits, my interest rate right now is 3.25%. And so now this is not a strategy to go out there and tap into a home equity line of credit and go and buy stuff that you don't need. But the reality is that when you have a lot of equity built up in your home, your return on equity is 0, right? If you just have equity and it's just sitting there, there's an opportunity cost for it just sitting there. You're not generating a return by it just sitting there. So one way to access that equity, to do it smartly, right? And if you need some guidance on this, you can certainly talk to me or my team on how to do this, but you can access that capital, tap into some of the equity that you have in your home, be able to borrow it at maybe 3%, and have that be your source of capital to be able to begin investing in rental properties. Very common strategy, and one that I would tell you to talk to my team before you do. I don't want you to go about it the wrong way, but it is something that you can do as more of an advanced strategy. And the last one is private lending. So private lending is a great stepping stone to investing in rental properties. You can invest for as little as $10,000 in private lending, and you earn a great interest rate. You earn 10% in JWB. And it is a great stepping stone to be able to build up that capital so that you earn enough, right? You continue to earn a great interest rate. It builds, it builds, it builds. It beats whatever you've got in the, any CDs or any other bank account that you're keeping it in as you're trying to build up your equity or build up your capital. And then at the time that you build up enough to be able to buy your first rental property, it's an easy transition, especially with JWB and with most folks who you would do private lending with. I would imagine it would be an easy transition. And I can easily transition right into rental properties. So private lending is a great stepping stone to be able to do that. And I see we've got a number of folks here. We've got Lee Bishop. He says, hey, brother. We've got Peludo, my good friend, my good family member here. And Antonio down in Miami here. Jack Bobek. Hey, buddy, I appreciate you being here. Trish is on as well. Always good to see you guys here. So, yeah, we've been talking about 4 strategies to be able to begin investing in rental properties if you thought you didn't have the access to the capital. So, appreciate everybody. I'll talk to you guys soon and have a great rest of the day. And hopefully I'll catch you on the Q&A. I'm literally going into it in 30 minutes. You can go to jwbqa.com. All right, see you guys. Have a great one.